Hello guys, so in today's video I am going to talk about the first thing that I fixed, a microwave. So as already said here in my YouTube channel, I am in a extension project called Layer at Cube. So recently I posted a video explaining how I diagnosed the problem, me and my friends diagnosed the problem of a microwave. So, we discovered the issue was the capacitor and it was in a short circuit. And because of that, the fuse did its jobs and blew. So, basically, we had to replace the fuse and the capacitor, like we had to buy those things. And happily, we had a fuse in the lab, but the capacitor, unfortunately, no of the ones that had in lab were working, so we had to buy a new one. So yesterday, the capacitor finally arrived, and we had to order it about a week ago. So I was alone, and there I go to fix it because I had to fix it. Not the faster that I can, but I had a free time. I wanted to do something different, so I decided to go fix that microwave. First, I made sure the capacitor was discharged. This is really dangerous. Like if don't be discharged. So I start working on it. I had some help from my friend Geraldo. He's the leader of the project, so uh, he said that he comes in the lab just to see if I wasn't going to explode anything or something like that. So together, we identify where each wire should go, and like two wires are connected in the capacitor, like they are together in the same terminal, and in the magnetron and in other part. Now I don't remember. And in the same place of the capacitor, like only in the other terminal on the side, in the other side, it goes the diode in the same. In the other part of the capacitor goes the one of the electronic, something like that. Uh, so also, the same terminal of the capacitor had to connect the diode. That sounds easy to do, like identify was easy, but put those wires together in the capacitor was hard because the model of the new capacitor was different and it was a little small than the other one. So I had to put a little of strong on it, and it was really hard to it stay connected. And it sounds really simple, like just put the wires together. However, it actually took me a lot of time, like an hour, to do those connections. I had to be very careful, check everything. There is one time that I had put the capacitor all connected, but I forget to put the diode, so I had to do everything again. And for the last one, after I connected diode, the capacitor, I connect the part of the capacitor in the electronic board. We came for the most important moment, the moment that could give me chills, the test. However, we should have tested a little earlier, but we didn't have the adapter, like for the socket, so we had to improvise a little bit. And at first, I get a little sad because we turned on the microwave and the panel didn't work properly. So that was like a shock. I think, oh no, I made something wrong. I made a mistake. Oh my God, there's something wrong on this. I spent so many time on this. But then we test again, and the microwave worked well. And we put some water inside of it. We set a minute and waited. And yes, it started heating. So the water was hot. And guys, I know it sounds simple, but when it worked, I got really happy because it seems simple, like fixing a microwave, but I think that this is one of the first step about fixing better things, about understanding that electronic world, that electric world, because I think that only in practice you can understand those things. My honest opinion. And I am happy that with my friend Antonio and Eloisa, we diagnosed the problem together, and I was able to change the capacitor. Not completely alone. I have some help with some advice, but that it is my first big thing that I repair. So I'm really happy. I really hope that be this be like one of the first steps that I am doing it and start improving more and more things, big things, not just microwaves. So that's the main thing. It is you learn new things, you fix new things, you understand the problem, you diagnose the problem, you try to solve the problem. If you don't solve, you remake, like you try to see what could be wrong, you know. So that review really can help you find a problem that you didn't see or something like that. So I'm really happy. On the final part that I had to put the like forget how to say. Let me see here. The microwave casing was a funny part because that part I was alone in the in the lab, so I had to put it alone, and I try, and it worked. So I am learning that mainly with those things, if you try again and again and again, and before I think no, it has a certain way to do it, and if I don't do it by this way, it never is going to work. But if you keep trying, in some moment, it is going to work. So I am happy that it worked, and I was able to fix it, and that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you all liked it about that video talking about the microwave that I fixed. So that's it. See you guys. Bye bye. Take care.